Welcome to a brief introduction to practitioner inquiry by Andrea McCaffrey Wallace. In their foundational text on teacher inquiry, Cochrane, Smith, and Little define three types of knowledge derived from the practice of teaching. The first is knowledge for practice, which is knowledge derived by experts in formal study or theorizing about teaching. This is the type of knowledge teachers learn in college and generally the type of knowledge delivered in traditional professional development. The second is knowledge in practice, which is knowledge built by teachers during their experience in the classroom. This type of knowledge is most often shared in student-teacher and expert-teacher relationships when the expert teacher is relaying their knowledge to the novice. The third is knowledge of practice. This type of knowledge is not just a coming together of the first two types. Rather, as Cochrane, Smith, and Little note, this type of knowledge is generated by teachers in studying their own classrooms and contexts during the course of their career. This third type of knowledge, knowledge of practice, will be defined and explained during the course of this presentation. Knowledge of practice is produced through practitioner inquiry. As Cochrane, Smith, and Little discuss in a more recent book, the term practitioner inquiry is used to describe a range of investigative techniques, from teachers studying their own classrooms to school-wide and district-wide studies where teachers, administrators, and principals all play a role in asking questions and studying different aspects of their own contexts. Regardless of the scale of the study or the person conducting it, practitioner research shares some universal characteristics, such as the teacher or practitioner becoming the researcher and using their own professional context as the site for study. This type of inquiry also includes community and collaboration, as well as new conceptions of validity that assume a researcher does not have to be objective and removed from the subject of their study for their findings to be valid. Now that you understand the basic definition and characteristics of practitioner inquiry, let's briefly examine the organic process of practitioner inquiry as explained by Dana, Thomas, and Boynton. All inquiries begin with a practitioner's wondering about their own context that is developed into a question for exploration. For example, this might be a burning question a teacher has about his or her own practice, such as, what are some strategies I could use to facilitate better literature discussions? It might also be a school or district level question posed by a principal, administrator, coach, or group of practitioners, such as, what role does instituting school-wide meetings play in creating a caring school culture? After determining the question for examination, the teacher will collect data to answer their own question. While data might focus on quantitative data, such as test scores or grades, it is important to collect more than one form of data, given the complex nature of education. Data collection could also include field notes, student work, interviews, reflective journals, videos, and other qualitative data. Once the data is collected, practitioners analyze the data to answer their question. During data analysis, the practitioner should organize and interpret their data to create a picture of what they have learned in relation to their wondering by looking at the data systematically. This might include crunching numbers, looking for themes in qualitative data, and any one of many other methods for data analysis. Data analysis also includes looking to the research of others for helpful ideas and findings to guide the practitioner's analysis and answers to their own wondering. It is vital that the inquiry process not stop with the analysis. Educators should take action based on what they learned from their inquiry, but they should also take their inquiry outside of their classroom or school by sharing their learning with others. Sharing helps teachers clarify their thinking on their own work, but it also helps give other practitioners access to the inquirer's thinking. Further, it opens the opportunity for questioning, discussing, debating, and relating. The end goal of practitioner inquiry is what Dana, Boynton, and Thomas describe as inquiry as stance. This is a mindset in which practitioners see inquiry as central to their ongoing professional learning as practitioners, and where questioning one's own practice becomes part of an educator's work and eventually a part of the district culture. Hence, this is not a process with a beginning and an end, but it becomes a truly organic and ongoing process, much like one sees in nature. Additionally, practitioner inquiry has been shown to be a powerful tool in working toward educational equity. In their book, Creating Equitable Classrooms Through Action Research, the authors describe a single school district that has undertaken a process of inquiry since the 1980s, aimed at investigating and improving issues of equity. As Caro, Bruce, and Claire note in their chapter, themes of race and achievement thread themselves through the questions and conversations of action research groups that focus on educational equity, as action research strives to build both competence competence and confidence in this complex and challenging area facing the schools in the district that they studied. The examples of inquiry in this book show what a powerful tool it can become in striving for educational equity. If you have questions over this presentation before we are able to meet as a group to discuss practitioner inquiry in detail, please email me at the address listed to the right of the screen. Additionally, if you want to follow up on any of the books referenced in this presentation, please see the titles and publication information on this slide. Thank you so much for your time.